Are the Cowboys headed for trouble with George Pickens? Let's talk about it here in Below the Belt, which is sponsored by D&M Leasing and Window Nation. Before we get into that and other NFL predictions for this offseason, I was looking up on the screen earlier, and they were talking about the loaded quarterback class of 2024, or 24, which was Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, that whole class. And they were talking about it on ESPN. It was Dominique Foxworth and Jeff Saturday, and they were doing a redraft. And they were saying, how would we redraft these quarterbacks now? And everybody agreed. Number 1 was Drake May. Number 4.
I could dispute that.
Oh, interesting. Number 1 was Drake May. Number 4 was Bo Nix. 5 was Penix. 6 was J.J. McCarthy. They all agreed with that. They had flipped 2 and 3. Dominique Foxworth said 2 is Jaden Daniels, 3 is Caleb Williams. Jeff Saturday said 2 is Caleb Williams, 3 is Jaden Daniels. You sound like, I'm interested to know, who would you dispute as number 1 potentially? Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb or Drake. Like Drake May again.
I think Caleb has a higher ceiling. Not even close.
But as they played now, you would say Drake is better, right? Clearly?
It's not clear to me.
Not clear.
Oh.
Drake May, I saw this. I can't believe this. The stats. I knew the Patriots played a dog butt schedule, but they played 11 teams who fired their coaches. Now, obviously, they played the Bills twice. Right. They, but 11 of their games this year were against teams that eventually fired their head coach this season.
I mean, look, Drake has been better so far. There's no argument against it. He's going to finish 1 or 2 in MVP, and
he should, rightfully so.
Yeah, and he should. But Caleb's ascension this year with Ben Johnson, coupled with Drake in the postseason, has me thinking about 1 and 2.
You wouldn't dispute though that New England probably doesn't go 14-3 with Caleb.
Never would I dispute that.
So
with Caleb?
Yeah, like if Caleb is there, I don't think New England's 14-3.
I don't think so either.
And I don't think Caleb's like in MVP discussion. I think right now he's played better. Caleb could still tap into something bigger. Yeah. Caleb has more. I don't know that Drake is making the touchdown throw against the Rams in the playoffs. Like he's a freak. He's a freak.
4th and 8.
But I think it's hilarious that Dominique Foxworth would still put Jaden Daniels up there with now all the questions being introduced about Jaden Daniels.
He must have the same agent as Jaden, just like everyone else on that set. That's the way they form their opinions,
sad,
apparently. Who's being represented by who. But, yeah, Jaden over Caleb, that's dumb. I'll have to apologize for it if in 2 or 3 years Jaden is better. He can't even stay healthy.
Right, and he went to the conference finals last year. They pulled one of the bigger upsets that we'll see. You've beaten a 15-win team by doubles, by 2 scores.
Yeah,
that's a great win. It's a wonderful win.
The NFL used to have the old quarterback competition back when it was good. Pro Bowl. With Jim Kelly and Marino and the moving dartboard, kind of how they try to trick it up now. Caleb Williams will go out there and smoke everybody else.
Yeah.
Smoke them. Now, is that going to translate to everything on the field? Caleb is going to lose you more games. That's why they wouldn't go 14-3, in my opinion. But, yeah, I definitely Caleb over Jaden, and I'm thinking about Caleb over Drake.
Woo, bold. I like it.
That's not bold.
I like
that. It's bold.
That you might be willing to take the guy over who very well could be the MVP of the league. I think that's a bold take.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I think it's bold. ESPN. Jeremy Fowler spoke with various NFL executives. I'd missed this at the end of last week. He had talked to execs about their various predictions for the offseason, and he's got his bold outline here just from talking to some people. Number 1 on his list, and we'll get to this includes George Pickens here, but number 1 on this list is something that we've talked about and something that's hit the rumor mill, as Jeremy Fowler notes, which is the Ravens trading Lamar Jackson to the Raiders. That there's personnel people now who think that could happen. An NFL personnel evaluator said it just seems like there's been some consternation there with Lamar and the Ravens. Boy, if you're in NFL evaluator circles, just figure out who you think uses the word consternation.
Yeah.
I think you can start narrowing down who it is told this to.
I'm always
Jeremy
worried
Fowler.
about myself, giving up myself with
a tell with a word.
Yeah,
you use.
I'm like, of the 3 of us, like, what word would give us away? Bobby, ringing the bell for what?
Yeah, I would say
interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Like, it's interesting. They'd be like, oh, Bobby
That's
talked.
bell.
Yeah.
Choppy?
Me, it's just it's also
the Ravens trading Lamar Jackson.
It's also, what was my opinion on this again?
I forgot.
I forgot.
What are you quoted as I forgot?
What is our segment we're talking about
and I
here?
could be in there for stuttering. No, I would interrupt the word they were trying to write, and then it would cut off into another word.
Mike McCarthy would be, it's just like anything. If you saw it's just like anything, you know exactly where that's coming from. But the Ravens trading Lamar Jackson does say there appears to be some consternation there. It said it does feel like a Mark Davis move to just say, throw everything at it. Let's go get Lamar Jackson. Number 2 on the predictions from NFL execs. One NFL personnel evaluator says, watch the Eagles trade for A.J. Brown this offseason, or watch the Bills trade for A.J. Brown this offseason. Says the Bills have to upgrade at wide receiver. Their best is Khalil Shakir. Nice player, but he's not a top guy. Brown's an immediate upgrade, and he's still young, and the Eagles can build the passing game around Devontae Smith and a high draft pick. Boy, if they go and trade for A.J. Brown and then try to sell everybody on really it was Sean McDermott's fault, then that'll be hilarious to me. The Falcons will roll with Kirk Cousins as their quarterback. If that's what the Falcons do, that Michael Penix pick becomes just a disaster.
Yeah, it does.
Either way, they lose.
Yeah, the contract's a disaster or the draft pick's a disaster. Either way, it was a screw up.
Because I mean, they lost. If they stick with Penix, they did lose the greatest benefit of the quarterback, and that's the rookie contract. I mean, the amount of teams that make the Super Bowl with the quarterback on a rookie deal now is crazy.
Well, they lost 1 year of it, right? Did Penix start year 2?
For like half of it or whatever, and then it was back to Kirk. Malik Willis to the Dolphins or the Browns. Another quarterback move. They say either Geno, Tua, or Kyler to the Jets. One of those 3 starting for the Jets next year.
Can't have Tua in the AFC East. His arm in those conditions in Buffalo, the Meadowlands with that wind, and then New England. I mean, he needs to be in the NFC South. AFC South.
Have we seen a Kyler or Lamar type mobile quarterback play for one of these winter teams? I'm trying to remember if they've ever had one, because I think that could work. The idea of it just gives a dimension to your offense that you don't necessarily have in some of those snowy games. Flutie, yeah, man, if we got to go back that far.
Yeah.
And then even still, Wade Phillips benched him for Rob Johnson and rightfully got fired for it. The Colts win the AFC South next year is another prediction. And then the George Pickens one. Says the George Pickens situation in Dallas gets sticky. The Cowboys are expected to franchise tag Pickens, which would pay him around $28 million next season, but Pickens will want a long-term deal above that number. And if Dallas doesn't give him that, some around the league wonder whether he stays away from the team for a large portion of the offseason or even training camp. A veteran AFC coach said, I just don't see him coming off the season he had welcoming the franchise tag. If tag, both sides would have until July 15th to reach a deal. Pickens can choose not to sign the tag as a leverage method, which I would definitely see him holding out from OTAs and stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't think he's showing up for. Training camp, that obviously becomes a bigger question. And if he holds out from training camp, I mean, you only have till July 15th. That's before training camp. That just says you're not showing up, period. Because you can't get a deal done if you've been franchise tagged and then nothing is agreed to. That's the deadline. So that doesn't seem to be very productive to me. But if he holds out for training camp, you've got bigger issues and you're talking about a trade at that point.
Clarence Hill had asked right after Christmas, if you had to choose between paying Pickens or acquiring Crosby, what would you do?
I would.
Like, could I swap? Like, so in theory, it could be I swap Pickens for Crosby almost, and no other capital sacrifice.
Yeah, because you're giving up a 1 at least.
Then yeah, I mean, I would take Max Crosby on this team over George Pickens.
Woo!
And I love Pickens,
including the 1 that you would have to give up.
That's what I'm saying. Is it ultimately a swap because you've got the franchise tag?
Let's make it. You get a third back for George.
And you got to trade a 1.
And you got to trade a 1 and change for Max.
Well, no, not then. No. But if you're telling me...
Although, all right, let's make it the Raiders trade for Lamar, and they want Pickens as well. So you work out a deal.
Yeah, just if you tell me it's Crosby for Pickens, or you tell me it's Crosby for Pickens and like a 5th or something, yeah, I'm doing it. I think Crosby, like, if you're Pickens is great, but if you're telling me I can go find another receiver to pair with Flournoy and Lamb and then get Crosby on this team without having to give up like a top-tier pick, yeah, I'm doing it.
I don't know. I don't think this is a top 4 offense without George. And I don't think you're going to make the postseason. Max Crosby doesn't turn you from the 28th ranked defense to the 15th.
But what about Crosby?
You think Micah does, don't you?
Yeah, maybe. No, not last year. Not with that crap.
What about
They could have had prime Lawrence Taylor out there. They'd still be cheeks.
But you're going to have some money to spend and 2 draft picks in the first.
Theoretically, yeah. I mean, you're paying a lot of money. That's a lot of money on the defensive line, too.
Well, you'd
have 3 $20 million tackles and then a $40 million edge.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to go get Max Crosby. You can go get Nick Herbig. Now, Nick Herbig from the Pittsburgh Steelers, we've already worked out one trade for a Steelers player, a disgruntled Steelers player. Why not potentially another? Now, this is from our friend John Owning, or I should say G-Back's friend John Owning.
Yeah, band guest John Owning.
No, we love John. John texted me the other day. He was like, hey, thanks for referencing my Christian Parker stuff on the area the other day. Appreciated it. But he has been all over Nick Herbig, who was a situational pass rusher for the Steelers last year. 3rd season just finished up, and he's been saying, man, I would love it if Dallas would go out there and trade for him. Well, it became enough of a question and enough of chatter that Braden Fajoko, who used to be with the Pittsburgh Steelers and is now with the Chargers, quote tweeted John, and now acting as his PR representative, said, I just spoke with Nick. He doesn't care about the trade smoke. He's ready to just be viewed and treated as a full-time starter, whether it's in Pittsburgh or elsewhere. Pittsburgh needs to decide what they want to do with that edge room. Nick Herbig is a starter. No more pitch counts. Wow. So this is a former teammate essentially acting as what seems like Nick Herbig's agent to request either I'm starting or you trade me out of here. John is thrilled with this because John is like, man, if we can create enough discontent that he actually does go on the block, you can trade for him. As a part-time edge rusher last year, Nick Herbig, 7.5 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, 18 quarterback hits, also had 3 passes defended and 3 forced fumbles.
Below the belt.